So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey and our series of Dasha in Vedic Astrology. And today in this video, let's try to understand the 8th house Lord Dasha in Vedic Astrology. And this is by far one of the most interesting Dashas and by far one of the most transformative dashas of your entire life. For example, right now you are 40 years of age or maybe 30 or 50 years of age. I request you to go back into your past life and try to look into all the major and minor events of your life, specifically the major events, okay? And I'm not only talking about the positive events, I request you to deeply look into the negative events of your life as well. Positive events I will help you to understand, like suppose you are married. So try to go back into your past memories and just try to understand, okay, when I'm getting married, so how my life have transformed. Buying your first automobile, it may be car, buying your first house, okay. Any major event, okay, I'm talking about big events of the life. In the negative event, suppose the death of someone have happened, some sudden breakups in the relationships that have happened in your life, or it may be accident, hospitalization, out of a sudden some big expenses coming, or maybe some fraud is happening, financial frauds in your life, or maybe suddenly you are gaining a lot of money also. So all these big events of your life, actually, even the event of children, childbirth, all these big events are first of all connected with this 8th house, because 8th house Lord Dasha have the capacity to bring the major events into the person's life. Now many of you might going to be asking, okay, if for example I'm not seeing my 8th house Lord Dasha in my entire life, so it's like that I'm not going to be experiencing any of the major events. It's not like that, because this is that house, actually 8th house Lord. I'm not talking about the planets which are sitting in the 8th house. I'm simply talking about the 8th house Lord. Look into the zodiac sign which is posited in your 8th house. It may be 3, 4, 5 number which is written up there. I'm talking about that lordship, okay? So if that 8th house Lord posited anywhere in the chart, it may be 5th house, 8th house Lord in the 8th, 7th, or anywhere in the chart, actually. Even if this Lord is coming into the Antardasha also, sub-periods, this have the capacity to bring that major transformative events. And many people in their entire life, span of 80 years of age, maybe 90 or 100 years, many people, they are not fortunate enough to go through this 8th house Lord Dasha. There are very few people that have the capacity to actually go through this 8th house Lord Dasha. Many will go through the planet which is sitting in the 8th house, but there are very few population, actually, very few people. It also depend over your sequence of the Dasha, like whether maybe right now you are maybe 18 years of age. So maybe by the time you reach 60, during that time you will hit your 8th house Lord. Or maybe right now you are 60 years of age watching this video, maybe in the initial stages of your life have encountered this Dasha. So first of all, this is the Dasha which is capable enough to bring lot of transformations into your own life. And once again, I repeat, it's not only connected with the positive transformations, all the negative transformations are also going to be connected with this 8th house. So this is the first part which you need to understand. As soon as you are entering from some other Lord Dasha to the 8th house Lord Dasha, and this house works very suddenly. It's not like that 8th house Lord is waiting for maybe 2, 3 and 5 years and then is going to give you result. No, all the sudden events of your life, they are connected with this. So that suddenness in your life, transformations in your life, even transformation in your pravritti. Pravritti means the nature of a person, okay? Now many will say like it become very difficult to change the nature. Yes, you can work on your attitude, but nature means the personality which God have gifted you, ascendant actually. Okay, ascendant is the true nature. It's your individuality, first house. Okay, it may be if you are Scorpio ascendant, so all the qualities of Mars are going to be inside you. No matter where the Mars is going to be there. If you are Pisces ascendant, so Jupiterian philosophical side is going to be inside you. If you are Libra, so that beauty, that charm is going to be inside you. 8th house and this first house, they are correlated houses along with this 5th house actually. Okay, I will make some different video, will discuss how first house, 5th house and 8th house, because the combination of these houses have the capacity to form your personality. First house, 5th house. First house is your nature, your physical presence, okay. 5th house is your inner intelligence, it's your intellect actually, buddhimatta. And 8th house is also the part of your personality which is hidden. So suppose you are receiving some negative setbacks in your life. Suppose suddenly you lose your job. Out of a sudden, you are working in one company for past 8 years or 10 years or 5 years and you suddenly now out of a job. So this is that sudden event. Now how you are going to be tackling that event and how that event is going to be transforming you, whether you are now going into the positive direction, into the negative. So these transformations have the capacity to change your inherited nature. So basically the genetic programming which is getting changed, it's 8th house. Okay, suppose you are in a program, you are continuously doing 6th house activities. 6th house Lord Dasha is repeat and repetition. You are following the same set of routine in your life. Now, if you are into the 8th house Lord Dasha, the very first thing, the repetition is not going to be present up there. Very, very difficult for you to follow the routines if you are in this transformative Dasha. Very, very difficult for you. And I even request you, don't focus more towards like I want to stick with some particular schedule if you are into this 8th house. That part is not going to be working up there. The free flow of the energy, free flow mean like you are relaxing yourself, you are highly flexible, you are very adaptable person. So that part is going to be gaining from the 8th house. So these are the qualities which first of all are going to be getting towards you. But on the other hand, if your 8th house Lord is very negative, it's debilitated in the chart. Even debilitated 8th house Lord is not worst case scenario. If the 8th house Lord is forming conjunction with certain houses Lords and Ketu is coming up there, that is the worst case scenario. In that case, what will happen? Person will become totally rigid. Okay, rigid, you understand, just like a stone, like a mountain. 8th house is water, it's a Scorpio, so you need to flow like water, or at least some portion of water is going to be present inside you to sustain this Dasha. But if you are becoming a rigid, like a stone, like a rock, so it becomes then very, very difficult for you. These people become rigid, and then because of that rigidness, lot of emotional sufferings and these things will come into their own life. This is the worst case scenario. Okay, emotional pain, sufferings, trauma, all the negative events, anxiety, fear, worries. Out of a sudden, everyone is going to leave you. Now you are all alone. Okay, suppose even family is going to leave you, your wife, your kids, everything is going to be, you will feel like that, like slowly everything is detaching. So, but this 8th house it's actually, first of all, the first phase is going to be taking things away. So as soon as the person go into the 8th house, out of a sudden person will feel like that, oh my goodness, where the heck my life have actually come. So this is that transformation. And this is going to test your patience also. This will also help you to renew your personality, renew your belief systems also. That is the reason why 8th house is 12th from the 9th house. The loss of belief system is also happening in this Dasha. I have seen many people, initially they don't believe in Vedic astrology. They make fun of Vedic astrology, like it's not true. But suddenly, out of a sudden, when they go through this 8th house Lord Dasha, the transformation is coming and then they start believing in Vedic astrology. I've seen many people taking initiations into the Vedic astrology, numerology, occult sciences, palmistry, healing also, pranic healing and other healing activities. So they eventually, when they go through 8th house activities, these things will attract. So they are going to be attracting all these things. Okay. So this is the first main part. Second, this is also the house which have to deal with the combined assets of a husband and wife actually. And it's not only in the financial terms. 8th house is the joint, anything which is joint. It's 8th house, okay? Specifically between you and your partner. If you are a married person watching this video, this part is for you. If you are going through this 8th house Lord Dasha, or maybe for example your spouse, your wife or your husband, they go through suddenly, suppose they enter into their 8th house Lord Dasha. So the transformations which are going to creating impact in their partner life, similar amount of transformations are also going to be happening into your own life. And you can study this thing with the help of the karmic connectivity between you and your partner. So this is not the house which is only going to impact you. This is the house which is also going to impact your spouse as well. In the much deeper manner I'm talking about, not in the shallow manner. In much deeper manner, this have the capacity to bring transformations. This is also the house where out of a sudden family members will start passing away. Okay, although death is a hardcore truth, every person need to go through death at one day. So there is no need for you to fear about like death and these kind of things. Okay, so out of a sudden the death in the family is happening, old generation is going to leave you. That is the 8th house energy. So you understand how concentrated this house is going to be. And suppose now you are in the 8th house Lord Dasha. Now you enter and it's a big period, 16 years of Jupiter, maybe 10 years of Moon, 19 years of Saturn, you enter into this. Now don't think like that in the entire Dasha of the 8th house, I will go through the transformation again and again. I'm going to teaching you one thumb rule here and it's applicable to all the other Dashas also. That is the reason I'm requesting you from very beginning to watch all my videos over the Dasha. Don't miss it. Because the one thumb rule which I'm going to give you in this video, you might not be able to find into the 5th house or maybe 4th house. So I'm giving you one basic thumb rule and this is the predictive Vedic astrology in which you will be able to understand the event prediction, look like how to see. And it's a very basic strategy I'm teaching you. Try to look at the planets which are in Gandanta point. Gandanta mean which are at 0 degree and 29 degree. Or maybe 1 degree, 28 degree, or don't go to 2 degree. 2 degree is not Gandanta. And don't go to 28 degree, that is also not Gandanta. 1 degree and 29 degree. If the planets are in Gandanta, any planet, not 8th house Lord, it may be anywhere that planet is sitting. And suppose your 8th house Lord Dasha is operating. So whenever that Gandanta planet is coming into the Antardasha, that is the major event prediction. Okay, that is where the major tingling will happen actually. You can go back and check my Dasha, how I have explained you. Because the Mahadasha and Antardasha of first and the first, it's just like a trailer. Suppose you enter into Jupiter Mahadasha and Jupiter is your 8th house Lord. Now it's a 16 years long period. The first 2.5 year period is going to be of Jupiter and Jupiter. So this is just a trailer of the movie. It's a 2.5 minute trailer, okay? So by looking into the trailer, you will be able to understand what is going inside this picture. So this is that trailer, okay? So that movie that is going to be unfolding in the 16 years. But initially you are seeing the trailer. So the planets in the Gandanta, these are the dips and lows in your own life. Second is you need to understand, I will make one more video over this part also. This is the first rule, Gandanta you need to check. Second important thing, try to look at the planetary conjunctions also into the much thorough manner actually. Look into your chart where the cluster of planets are posited. Cluster. 2 planetary conjunction, 3 planetary conjunction, 4 planetary conjunction. And suppose now you are in the 8th house Lord Dasha. So suppose the conjunction that cluster of planets are forming in the sign of Cancer. 5 planets are sitting in Cancer. And you are in the 8th house Lord Dasha. Now the cluster of planets which are seated up there. So in whichever zodiac sign, suppose it's in the Cancer, so Moon. So Moon Antardasha is also going to be the triggering factor, which have the capacity to bring that major events. But overall, I will tell you, it's a very sudden Dasha. So predictability in the 8th house is going to be becoming very difficult. I made one video in the 5th house and 8th house. You can go and watch 5th house Lord Dasha, so you will be able to connect with me here. I told you already it's not possible for astrologers to predict into the 5th house because this is the Purv Sanchit Karma. It's your past life deeds which is accumulated and you have bring forward in this life. So it's going to be depending over your own past life deeds whether you are going to be receiving the good or negative result in the 5th house. Similarly 8th house actually. Okay, it's just like a chakra. Have you seen the Sudarshan chakra? So consider that Sudarshan chakra in the Lord Vishnu hem it's like a karmic cycle. And suppose you are sitting on the good end of the chakra and you are now going through bad, now going through good, now going through bad. So this is a karmic chakra. 8th house is that chakra, okay? That is the reason if the 8th house Lord is retrograde, person, like if your 8th house is retrograde, so people are going to be stuck into some sort of a loop actually. So they will not be able to come out of loop very easily. Okay. Similarly, if the element is there, for example, if it is going in the element, you understand, there are 4 elements in Vedic astrology: fire zodiac signs, like the sign of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So there are 4 elements: fire, earth, air and water. So suppose your 8th house Lord is in the fire element. So this is actually going to be making you more aggressive. And this is going to be considered as the most welcoming dasha if it is in the fire. But initially I will tell you, fire have the capacity to become full enthusiastic. But by the time they go deeper into 8th house, they become dim actually. And these people get depressed also. Because fire is the ambitious people. 8th house is not going to be working according to your ambitions. This is the house which is going to be teaching you patience also. So it's going to be difficult in the fire actually. It's like agitation, frustration. You want to win over things, but still everything is going against you. If it is in the suppose earth element. Now earth have the capacity to give you storage. Not only storage of money, storage of other objects also. So basically any sort of storage is going to be happening with the earth element. It may be you are hoarding something. But it's only hoarding, you will not be able to enjoy it. That is also the one part of 8th house. Like you are having maybe 10 bungalows, but you will not be able to enjoy any one of them. That is the 8th house. If it is in the, for example, air. Now air have the best way to deal with this because I told you air is flexibility and adaptability. That part is going to be gelling with the energy of this 8th house. So if your 8th house Lord is in the Libra, it's in the Aquarius, or it's in the Gemini, you are a fortunate person. And lastly, if it is in the water have the tendency to actually take you into the past memories, into the future memories also. And sometimes this can also create very weird emotions inside a person. Like sudden tantric things can also be happening with you. You might be experiencing many hallucination kind of events. Something exists or something not exists. So question between existence and non-existence is actually coming through 8th house in water. Like many people debating over whether there is a God or there is no God. There is a free will or there is a destiny. So this is the 8th house when this is touching the water. So these things will going to be happening. Overall, I'm not saying 8th house is going to be a good dasha, it's a positive or it's going to be a negative. But it's going to be a little bit chaotic dasha, which is going to be coming up and it's going to be shaking you. So basically it's like you are turning on the survival mode. Like how I'm going to be best possible survive out of all the situation. In the 8th house Lord Dasha, rather than looking into like something big things, just try to activate your survival mode actually and then try to observe and look the situations into the more careful manner. Okay, rather than just becoming okay. Because I will tell you, if this dasha have the capacity to operate on the extreme ends of the life, this is not the dasha which is only operating on the good end. Maybe initially you are fortunate enough and you enter into your 8th house Lord is very good and you enter into the positive side of the 8th house. But it's not like that. If your 8th house Lord is very good, so throughout all the 16 years of Jupiter is going to be good. I'm just taking the example of Jupiter. It may be Saturn, Mercury also. So it's not like that all the full dasha is going to be in your favor. It's not like that. 1 day is capable, 1 second, 1 millisecond is capable enough to bring certain transformations. If you read Bhagavad Gita, so Lord Krishna or Vishnu have the capacity to kill you immediately. Like right now I'm standing and God have the capacity to kill me immediately. Okay. So few things like this is the 8th house which have to deal with this kind of energy also. So out of a sudden things are happening. This is the 8th house. And I told you need to like activate your survival mode. So the things which are necessary for survival, that is your food, that is clothing, that is shelter. So these survival modes have the capacity to protect you. Even out of a sudden, if every mode is gone also. Okay. And second also, no need for you to worry more upon creating security in the 8th house. Okay. If something is destined to happen, that will going to happen. So as an astrologer also, I don't have the capacity to change your astrological chart and planetary alignments. Yes, we can see, we can predict and give the direction to a person. Like these are the things, checkbox, which you need to be careful of. And these are the things which you need to work upon. But I will tell you, if you are fortunate enough to watch this 8th house Lord Dasha, or maybe if it is come in the Antardasha, mark my words, after that period, it's going to be a totally new you, like new person. Okay, you are going to be totally new person when you are coming out of this period, totally new. So this is going to be then filling you with new energy. It's a renew personality. Okay. Many a times I have seen 8th house Lord forming connection with Rahu and Ketu also. Now, one side of that Rahu and Ketu axis have the capacity to give you out of a sudden things. And you can just multiply the impact by 100 if your 8th house Lord is with Rahu. Unexpected event will happen, which you have never ever expected in your own life. Suppose you came for a very poor background and you have never expected to become the prime minister or president of one country. 8th house is that house that have the capacity to actually convert which you don't believe. So unbelievable things are actually getting believable. So this is the powerhouse. Okay, I call 5th house and 8th house, these are the powerhouses. No astrologer know what is in these houses and how they are going to be triggering in your life. Okay, but I hope still you have gained some deep insights in this video with me. And you can send me super thanks also if you find some deep insights in this video, because any small contribution from your side will help me to feel more motivated to create more such content over the YouTube platform. For any consultations, you can drop me an email. Okay. Any marriage, career, business, spiritual consultation, do let me know. And make sure to subscribe my channel below. I know if you have watched it till the end, you have already subscribed my channel, but still it's my duty to remind you, because subscribing my channel is very important. And hit the like button, share this video with your friends, family members who are in the low times or in the high times of their life. And be grateful. Okay, gratitude is the best way to remove the negativity or cleanse out the 8th house. So be grateful wherever you are as of now. And I'm going to be meeting you very, very soon in the next video. We'll discuss the 9th house. And yes, many people are requesting to continue the Napan series. So I will work upon that part. So till then, please take care and Hare Krishna.